Hi everybody. I want to talk to you today about what I felt was a good reminder for myself. Consider your positive intentions. Consider coming up with positive intentions for your life, for different areas of your life. A lot of times we get caught up in our challenges, and as in my last video short about the book by my friend Jeff Utter called Reality is Optional, it connects with this. It's about, okay, so if you're not thrilled with your current reality, if you're not that happy with it, if it's optional, what intention would you like to create for yourself? When you go out into your day or into that same situation, what intention do you have that of how you would like things to be? I made myself write down about 3 different positive intentions for my life around the challenges that I'm having, and turning them into, what I do want instead of what I don't want. Because we focus most on what we don't want, and we think, well, this is the reality now, and this is what I don't want, and it's fixed and it can't change. And but really, like they say, with God all good things are possible, or I add the good in there. And a lot of times we just ignore that idea, and we don't even consider what a positive intention might be that you have. So the other night I wrote down 3 positive intentions, as I said, around finances and around caregiving, and around mood, I think. I forgot what the 3 were. But I'm reading them at night and before I go to sleep, which supposedly is a time where our subconscious is the most kind of absorbent, because our rational mind is tired and it's not fighting with these positive intentions that we're putting in. And of course, it's positive intentions that I'm working with, still with prayers and meditation, and that it's, whatever's best in God's eyes. But most of the day, we're, as Esther Hicks would say, we're mixing it up with people. And you're not in prayer and meditation all day long, so you are using your mind. And if you're using your mind much of the day, it's more helpful to use it focusing on the good, and creating these positive intentions at night, I feel, helps to make that a little bit more easy. Because fortunately or unfortunately, we have subconscious programming from childhood, from teachers, parents, church, religion, society, whatever. We have good programming and bad programming, and quote unquote, or challenging things that we're meant to learn from. So I just think that it might be helpful to consider even one positive intention that you have for one of the areas in your life that maybe is very challenging right now, and that you don't see any way you could possibly get better. But as I mentioned, I do believe that with God all things are possible. I like to say with God all good things are possible. And with your soul within that's connected to God, in my opinion, we are co-creators. We are co-creators with the divine. So consider your positive intention and see what shows up, what positive coincidences or synchronicities, as they call them, show up. What you'll tend to attract, also with the help of the law of attraction, what you tend to manifest, a little bit better things than you have been. That is really the message. There was something else I wanted to say. So it was just interesting. A couple of samples was, I had written down something about my father needed help with stuff as he often does. And I was already overloaded with helping him with things that night, and I put in one of my intentions about that my father finds ways to help himself more and joyfully or whatever. Well, the next day he told me, oh, you know what, guess what, that thing I needed to call about, I called them myself, which it's challenging for him to do that because of his eyesight currently. And he did the day before was telling me he needed me to help him go through all these cards to find the answer and to help him with a phone call. Anyway, so the next day after I did this intention, he said, oh, guess what? I did it myself. I called, and I didn't tell him to do that I know of. I called the company, and I got that really nice lady on the phone that helped me years ago. It was so pleasant. I feel so much better. She helped me. She sent me just what I need. So that was one way that this positive intention that I thought was kind of impossible of my father being more independent with helping himself with some chores. He does to a certain extent some things, but this one he was already trying to campaign. He was already campaigning the night before for me to help him with. He did it himself, which matched the intention, in my opinion. So that was one example. There was another example too. Anyway, I'll keep this short, but give it a try if you wish. And happy co-creating with God, happy manifesting, happy intention writing. And I'll be doing some group events soon, so stay tuned. Thank you. Bye.